5.6, this is chain rule level 4. These are kind of tricky because you have chain rule multiple times. So let's see if we can rewrite number 1 to make it look a little nicer. I'm going to put y equals 4 times cosine of 4x cubed raised to the 1/2 power. So my outer function here is really, this is 4 something to the 1/2 power. I want to do my power rule with this whole thing. So I'll have 1/2 times 4, which is 2, and then keep cosine of, keep the 4x cubed, and then I'll have to subtract 2 halves, which will make that to the negative 1/2 power. So that takes care of the outer. Then the next inner function is the cosine. So I want to do times, what's the derivative of cosine? Negative sine, and then keep the inside the same. Then times the very inside, the 4x cubed would become 12x squared. Okay, so if you wanted to fix that, you could see this negative times this 12 times this 2 times x squared, so it would be negative 24x squared. We've got this all in a square root on the denominator. And then I've got my sine of 4x cubed in the numerator. So they start to look pretty messy. All right, number 2, I don't like how this squared is like this. Let's rewrite it so it's cosine of 4x cubed. This whole thing is squared. And so what I want to do is bring this 2 in front and then keep the inside the same. 2 cosine of 4x cubed. Subtract 1 from the power, that's just a 1. Times, the next function would be the cosine of x. That's going to be negative sine of, keep the inside the same, times the derivative of the inside, which would be 12x again. And so if I clean that up, I get 12 times negative 1 times 2 is negative 24x cosine of 4x cubed times sine of 4x cubed. Okay, number 3. We have, let's see here, we've got 3 times sine times this function cubed. So again, this is not a power on the outside. We need to take times 3. We just need to think of this as 3 sine of x. And so the derivative of sine would be cosine. So we'll have 3 cosine. Keep all of this the same. 4 minus 2x squared to the 3rd power. Times, now we want to think about this inner function, bring the 3 in front using our power rule, times 4 minus 2x squared, subtract 1 from the power, and then times the derivative of the inner function, which would be negative 4x. Okay, so if you want to fix that a little bit, we got 3 times 3 is 9, times negative 4x would be negative 36x cosine. I'd probably even put this part next, times 4 minus 2x squared, and then times my cosine of 4 minus 2x squared cubed, like that. Okay, and then the very last one's similar to that. Let's rewrite how this looks. 4 cosine of 5x cubed plus 2, all of that's under square root, so it's to the 1/2 power. So right now I've just got 4 cosine of something. Derivative of cosine is negative sine, so that becomes negative 4 sine of 5x cubed plus 2 to the 1/2, or you could have left that as a square root. And then times, now we want to look at this function. We'll bring the 1/2 in front, keep the 5x cubed plus 2 the same, subtract 2/2, so that'd be to the negative 1/2 power, times the derivative of the inside is 15x squared. So we've got negative 4 times 1/2 times 15. Negative 4 times 1/2, or half of negative 4 is negative 2 times 15 would be negative 30x squared. And then we've got our, it's still probably, I might send it to the bottom, 5x cubed plus 2, all under square root. And then we got sine of, you could put your 5x cubed plus 2 under square root. They're probably going to want you to maybe even group it together like that. So if that's a problem you're having, make sure you always have parentheses around your sine, cosine, inner part. Okay.